Now, I'm not one to ever disrespect
I've been on.
my elders. I really am not. But if you ever see an older brother on TikTok from this angle, just know that you're about to see what I like to call some generational simping going on. Generational simping. This angle in particular, right? When one of these OGs learns how to use TikTok and realizes that they could start simping on there, and you see this angle, just best believe there's going to be some serious simping going on. This video is captioned, "Men, please stop asking women this."
I've been on this earth 55 years, and I have never, ever heard a real say, young lady, what do you bring to the table? Can y'all please stop that goofy shit in 2025? I have never heard a dude with high testosterone ask a woman what you bring to the table. Ever. This conversation I have just heard in 24. I have never, ever heard a real say, a young lady, what you bring to the table. We build tables. What kind of men are y'all? I promise you, this low testosterone level of men that's out here today, I
Right.
don't know where y'all came from. I ain't never. Look, I got a young cat right now, one of my little YN. He just bought this woman a Tesla. And all them young cats in his house, I ain't never heard them say none of that. They say where we going out, when we spending money, and how much we gonna spend it. Period. We did it like that. I've never heard you goofies till this year, man. Stop that in 2025, man. Y'all making us look real bad. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I've been on.
It's a perfect example of generational simping. Generational simping. Let's read a few of these comments that are most likely going to be from a bunch of chicks agreeing and a bunch of dudes kind of calling them out, right? Because here's one thing: a lot of you realize there's like a generational lack of understanding when it comes to the modern dating market. By the way, I'm particularly talking about a certain type of older man, because a lot of them do get it, especially if they're still in the dating market and they're humble enough to sit back and kind of listen and improve. You need a bit of humility to adjust, right? And we'll talk more about that later. The top comment here says, "We're not like you old heads, and these women today are gold diggers. That's why we have to ask. We are no goofies, and you are old to be here talking about nonsense." So let's get one thing out of the way that I've said plenty of times, and you all know this. I don't have to repeat this too many times. No one should be asking a woman, "What do you bring to the table on a date?" And if I'm going to be really honest with you, I know these dudes aren't out here asking this question. Online, for the purpose of conversation, like you have online dating talk where people jump straight to the point when it comes to certain situations. You might ask somebody in a podcast and you're watching them and they might say, "Oh, so on a date, I want to know what she brings to the table." He's not going to actually ask her that if he has any game or is in his right mind. He observes, he watches, he listens. Because the type of guy who's asking, "What do you bring to the table?" is so socially detached and unaware, does not understand that you might be unknowingly, or maybe you do identify, but you might be unknowingly putting yourself in a group of men who a lot of modern women totally misunderstand, right? And you're using the same jargon, wordage in real life that's really just like internet talk on a date. And you don't go run a podcast on a date. With that being said, men still want to know what a woman brings of value to the table. Let's read a few of these comments. This chick says, "I've been married 35 years and been on this earth 63 years. I've never seen women as carnal as are now." Oh shit. Oh shit. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I was ready to attack. with coffee, of course. We're not violent here on the coffee pot. She goes on to say, many only want the D. Oh no, not facts. Oh yeah, we've got a Coco Haney's. Shout out to you. Many only want the D, she says, and dollars. I get why men ask this. I am a woman, by the way. Sheesh. 222 likes underneath that. The creator, Generational Simp, comes in and says, when did God deliver you from carnality? How do you definitively address your carnal self? Why don't you teach these girls? She says, I am. The first step is follow the Most High, and a man who follows the Most High. Riding the D carousel is destroying our women. Wow. I think we might have a barista.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
And said, I asked you for definitive steps that you do. You could tell he liked to argue just based off that video. Let's just keep going. Somebody else here says the women these days are different from your day. Yeah. Another one here says, oh, due respect, OG, a player needs more from a woman than what's between her legs. So yes, I need to know, what value do you bring to me?
I have a child that I've raised since a baby. That's not my child. And his father is on the internet with Jordans on, and he's always balling and shopping, but he hasn't done anything for my son, which is his son too.
Like, no funny shit, you is a real nigga. I'ma keep it a bean. You might have kept it more realer than I could ever keep it. But the one thing about me, when I ask her what she bring to the table, I know she ain't about to bring no car seat, no bibs, no baby bottles.
And so the problem with this type of mindset, when you do see an OG step in and try to give game or advice, is you have to remember that a lot of the time you run into older dudes like this who, while they may understand the game from a macro level, yes, some things don't change about women. But the tools and approaches change, right? The context changes. So what do I mean by that? I mean, like, it's like somebody who says, all right, well, I want to build a personal brand, and they're telling you to start a blog. And they're like, listen, you got to start a blog because you need to be online and that gives you traffic. And you're looking at them like, blog? Like, people don't read blogs like that anymore. And they're like, well, they did back in my day. It's like, well, that was your day. Things have changed. Things have definitely changed. Social media is one of those things that have taken things to a whole nother level. Women today are a lot more sexually expressive. A lot of chicks today, based on accessibility through social media, are a lot more delusional about the type of men that they qualify for. And if they don't understand that and can't see the difference, then in many cases, they can lead men astray. They're really out of touch.
I've been on this earth 55 years, and I have never, ever heard a real say, young lady, what do you bring to the table? Can y'all please stop that goofy shit in 2025? I have never heard a dude with high testosterone ask a woman what you bring to the table. Ever. This conversation I have just heard in 24. I have never, ever heard a real a young lady, what you bring to the table. We build tables.
That was tough, That was tough. We build tables, type shit. Tell you what, let's handle this like men. Let me get my lighting right. That's better. You know, the men of this generation are a little softer. We care about the aesthetic of a thing. I tell you what, you don't like how this shit going, and I hear you. I don't know how you know what their testosterone levels are because you ain't take their blood. But let's handle it like men. We got a disagreement. Fight them, young. Ball up your fist and fight them. No? Because you get your right. Why you yelling at 20-year-olds about shit that ain't got nothing to do with shit? That's crazy. You 55, you look 65. No, you probably don't think it because you look at yourself in the mirror every day. It happens to the best of us. You know what I gotta say though? You're not y'all tougher than us. Y'all got it. Y'all more manly. Y'all got it. And while asking a woman straight out, what do you bring to the table, is some goofy shit. It is some cringy shit. I don't think guys are ever asking women that for real. Like in real life. I think they're asking like, well, what do you do? If I get with you, like, what is my life gonna look like? Is it gonna be a headache and paying for all your bills, or is it gonna be beneficial to both of us? Because
Right.
them men die early. They're 55, looking 65. I don't want to look like that. When I'm 55, I want to be on a vacation with my wife in Puerto Rico, sipping delicious drinks and not even knowing that these kids' apps exist. At the end of the day, if you're not gonna beat these young niggas, I suggest you leave them alone. They're dealing with a different type of woman than you was dealing with. So charismatic. Sure you ain't backhand a couple of women back in the day because they talk too much? That was too far. I'm just saying, but that was a general shit back. Well, peers used to beat their wives. A lot of them probably still do. I just got tired of it. Where the whole hot grits trope come from.
He said your peers used to beat their wives. That's not funny, but it is. But it's not, but it is. No, I do not think men should put their hands on women. Focus.
That was too far. I'm just saying, but that was a general shit back. Well, peers used to beat their wives. A lot of them probably still do. I just got tired of it. Where the whole hot grits trope come from. Women was throwing hot grits on y'all because y'all was beating on them. We didn't make that up. Y'all did. Because y'all was beating on them. There's a lot of shit from back in the day y'all want to see stay. You try and force it on people who are living that shit current day. You can't. I know y'all want to see a version of your legacy walking around here in the young men, but it's gone. Give it up. Let it go. You too old to be acting like this.
All right, let's check out some of these comments here. Let's see what people have to say. Top comment here says, OG come from a generation where if they wife mad, they sleep on the couch in the house they pay for. We don't do that around here. Another person here says, he not fighting them YNs. Here's another comment that says, Aunt grew up in a generation where 4-bedroom houses was worth 10 beds. That's funny. Here's somebody else that says, tell Unc the women are different now. Yeah. It really is something, man. They just don't understand. And don't let one of these OGs actually be married. Because then it's worse, right? Then they think if it's worked the last 50 years with this woman right here, then it surely works today, which is kind of nuts.
See, out of my 40 years of life, I never thought I'd see the day where a bunch of men sit around asking women what you bring to the table. Fellas, that is the most humiliating, most emasculating question that you can ask a woman. You don't really realize how bad you look. And a lot of you men today are suffering from a state of what I call sassy syndrome. Jesus needs to come down with a Thanos glove, just snapping his finger, making some of y'all sassy men disappear. Because at the end of the day, that's a damn if you do, damn if you don't question. Because if she's bringing more to the table, then 9 times out of 10, a lot of you would get intimidated anyway. So it's a lose-lose situation for a lot of you men to be asking women that question when you really wouldn't be able to handle it. Real men build tables. Real men already have a table ready. And a woman is supposed to come in your life and help manage what's on the table. That's what my wife does. She helps manage what's on the table that I built. My 11-year-old son, he see daddy go out, grind, make it, slay the dragon, bring it home, and wife helps manage what's on the table. A lot of you boys wouldn't even understand that because so many of you are so busy villainizing women and watching these men on these podcasts whine and cry about women, sitting in their hot chair with the lullaby music in the background. I'm gonna tell you straight like this, ladies. If a man asks you a question like that, you need to get your purse, put your track shoes on, and get the hell out of there.
I know we all seen Unc old ass on here talking about something. I ain't never asked a woman what she brought to the table. Yeah, your tables didn't cost $1,000 plus shipping and handling and tax. What is you like? What do these old be talking about, bro? It don't cost $1,000 a month to take care of a family no more, man. That's why you didn't ask. One job could take care of an entire family. 3 kids, a wife, a side piece with her kid. You could do that back in the day.
Right.
That shit is over with. So yeah, like, duh, you wasn't asking nobody, no woman, what do she bring to the table? The table cost $5.26 with inflation back in your day. Like, what are you talking about? You on here trying to seem big and bad, and you really looking lame as hell. Like, you on here trying to cape for these women, and you lived in a total different time where you were able to get one singular job and take care of a whole family. That doesn't exist anymore. And then y'all always attacking like sexuality, and that's just, it always lets me know how lame y'all be in real life.
That's so true.
I'm not,
That's so true. That sexuality thing is like the cherry on top, where they'll come at you for maybe you're gay, maybe your testosterone is non-existent. It's nuts. But this whole philosophy is the same thing you see with Steve Harvey philosophy. When he addressed the whole table talk, he said, "Hey, she is the table because she can make another you." What? So, because her bodily function operates in a way that allows her, without doing anything at all, to have a child, she's somehow special. No effort from her, now, no question about it. All the things we talk about here: character, personality, bodies, yes. Are you a 3 or 4? Do the streets have you by the neck with 2 hands? All that matters.